Hey, welcome to another slow MTG opening. This time I am doing the Commander deck openings for Tarkir Dragonstorm. There are 5 of them. They can't even fit in one frame. Which one should I start first? I guess Sultai is right in front of me. I'll open these and I'll open them. I won't go through in too much detail because a lot of them are reprints. But the boxes come in a similar size as the Aether Drift ones. They're kind of more rectangular, so they stack nicely, they take up less space packaging. And with Sultai is really about filling the graveyard. It says here it's led by Teval, the balanced scale, fills a graveyard, amass an army of zombie druids to clean up the mess. And there we go. So anyway, one of these, as usual, has the Collector Booster Sample Pack, 2 foils, Death is Fertile Ground. So let's see what is going on in these packs. We've got, I'm going to throw that to the side. We've got a little deck box that you can shove it in. It's cardboard. We've got one of these collector booster packs. I will save it for the end. Got a little bit of a sheet onto how to play the deck, which I kind of like. It tells you how to pilot this. Dredge the bottom of the Sultai Swarms, blah, blah, blah. Put cards in your graveyard. Bring them back in any way you can to get the most value out of the Mighty Clan Dragon Teval, the balanced scale. Blah, blah, blah. Make lots of tokens. Convert your creatures into landfall triggers with Floral Evoker. And that's a nice Teval by Chris Rand. So we've got the deck itself stored in this with the little counters and tokens, which you can use. And here we go. Here is the Commander deck wrapped in plastic that's a little bit loose at the bottom. Let me just break it out. One day I want to crack open a misprinted Commander deck. It'd be so cool on camera as well. So I haven't got my lighting as per usual. I was a bit lazy to set it up, so the foil's not well balanced with a set sight lamp. So, but anyway, there are only 2 foils, so hopefully that's not a problem. This is our lead commander, Sultai, legendary creature, Spirit Dragon, flying. Whenever Teval attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Whenever 1 or more land cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid token. So really powerful mill shenanigans. Secondary commander, you might have seen me open one of these in my collector booster opening. It's Kotis Sipsik Champion, green, black, and blue. Zombie Warrior Legendary. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards from your graveyard and additional paying its other costs. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control enter, if 1 or more entered from the graveyard was cast from the graveyard, put 2 counters on this guy. I think definitely support crew. Teval is definitely the stronger one. There are generally 10 new cards in these commander decks, I believe. And wait, what does the front of the box say? It doesn't say. It says fill the graveyard, return with zombie druids. It doesn't say how many new cards. I think generally they have 10 new cards and the rest are reprints. So let's quickly go through them. Diviner of the Mist. This is a new one. It's of course it's dragons. Flying whenever this creature attacks, mill 4 cards. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard with mana value 4 or less without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put in graveyard, exile it instead. Really powerful. We've seen this sort of effect on some of the Gale Hulks in the past, and of course Snapcaster Mage as well. Got Afterlife from the Loam, obviously a play on Life from the Loam. 5 black, black, black. Delve pays for this. For each player, choose up to 1 target creature in that player's graveyard. Put those cards in the battlefield under your control. They're zombies, so you reanimate, mass reanimate. We've got Teval's Judgment, the nice painting by Alex Brownman. I think it went for $5 or something on the art market. So it's a modal spell. Enchantment, not modal spell, sorry. 3 mana only. That's really good. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, choose 1 that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, create a treasure token. Always look out for cards that make treasure tokens. They're going to be hot. People love treasures. Ramping, making stuff. Create a zombie token. So they put all the new cards at the front. Welcome the Dead, Joannes Fiore. So I'll just go through the new ones. Welcome, 4 mana sorcery, draw 2, discard a card and lose 2 life, create zombie tokens, druid tokens, it got flashback as well. Floral Evoker, 3 mana, landfall, whenever land enters, put +1/+1, and you can green and discard creature card, return land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. And you're milling stuff anyway, so you're returning them is great. Steward of the Harvest, 4 mana, 3/3. When this ETBs exile 3 target lands from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all the activated abilities of all land cards. So let's see what the land package is like here. I assume there's some utility lands. Will of the Sultai. Loving the art on this one. 5, choose one. This is a modal spell. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, and you choose both. Military cards, return lands to the graveyard, tap. From the graveyard, the battlefield, tap or put X +1/+1 counters, where X is the number of lands you control. Colossal Grave Reaper, 8 mana, wow, Battle Cruiser Magic territory. 7/6 flying when it enters or attacks mill. Whenever one more creature cards put in your graveyard from the battlefield, put one of them on to the battlefield. Put into the graveyard from your library, put it in battlefield. So pretty good, reanimate. This is a reprint, so these are the new cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 2 commanders. I was right, so 10 new cards. And we go into the reprints. New art, I'll call new art out. Gravecrawler. This is looks like some sort of tribal Hawaiian Gravecrawler. I don't know, lots of flowers on this one. Life from the Loam. We saw after Life from the Loam. This is Life from Loam. New art as well. Return cards in Dredge. Casualties of War. Also new art. This is old art. Amphibian Mutineer, River Kelpie, Delty Voidwalker. This is a nice reprint. It's pushing $8-9 as well. MH3, glad they got the reprint. Disciple of Bolas, Junji, always nice. Stuff happens when it dies. Lethal Scheme, oh no, hats are back. Living Death, classic reanimation spell, all from the past. Lord of the Forsaken. Wow, it's actually a mana dog as well. Necromantic Selection. I think they tried to find dragony things. Necropolis Fiend. This one has Delve. Noxious Gearhulk. Obnix List. Lots of good cards. Delve again because you're milling stuff. Great to use with Delve. Woe Strider lets you scry and then do stuff with your stacked graveyard because of the mill. Venger of Zendika. Has landfall, so it's got a kind of mill/landfall type thing. Conduit of the Worlds, this is new art. Multani, Shigeki, Consuming Aberration, seen it so many times. Jared, I'm going to put this down, such a thick stack, it's making my hand hurt. Jared Golgari Leech Lord, it's a zombie elf. I don't remember this card, but yeah, really cool. Lord of Extinction, really nice. Elemental, not a dragon, needs more dragons. This was, oh, there was a Marin in one of the old commander decks. This is nice. Command Beacon. Let's start looking at some of the rare lands. Utility land, Command Beacon. This is a nice reprint. Crypt of Agadim. It's sort of a rampy type card. 2 tap black for each black creature. Good reprint. Reprint. Grimroot Cascade. Recent Midnight Haunt card. Worth a reprint. Also reprinted. This is an M. And some of these are now, you see them duels in every single commander deck. I'm waiting for the day the Surveil lands actually make it into a commander deck. Not at the moment because they're still high value. All right, Essence Anchor. Some of these are actually from, this is, I think is from the regular set. We've got Arcane Signet in new art, Soul Ring new art, Command Tower new art, old stuff, Forbidden Alchemy, Hedron Crab. This is the Zendika one. I think the original Crab needs a reprint. Was it Hedron Crab that needs a reprint? Can't remember. I think so. It's great that they put this in here because it was getting expensive for mill decks. Delve, Wonder, great stuff from your graveyard. Phyrexian Reclamation, really cool. Reassembling Skeleton Value from the graveyard, Shenanigans, Kishla Schema. Yep, has graveyard stuff. Crawling Sensations, guy's wearing a hat. Cultivate for ramp, Farseek, ramp, grapple, mills, and brings a card back. And then Harrow, this is goes back a little bit. You sack it, and then you can search for basic card lands. Basic card, put them in the battlefield. You got Tri-lands. You got more ramp. Ramp. And then this is removal spell. This is Eternal Witness, sort of. Mills and does stuff. Removal, mill stuff. This needed a reprint. This was actually a couple bucks. Milliken, mill. So it's a mill theme. This was just an MH3. So they're trying, these are utility lands we've got, and then duels. A couple duels, utility land. These are, and then some basics. And then you get into the tokens. Zombie, druid, plant, goat, blah, 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 blah. Experience. Oh, was that from Marin? I remember. Experience. I suspect it's Marin. I lost Marin. But anyway, Experience was the headliner for all the decks in one of the Commander sets a couple of sets ago, maybe 7 years ago. Yeah, here we go. So Marin, she was a face commander, Marin of Clan Neltoth. At the beginning of the end step, yeah, it's got experience counters. So they brought back experience, huh? Nice. Okay, that's the first deck. This is the Sultai Arisen deck. I'm gonna move on to Mardu next. Might be a long video, so you might want to skip forward. Instead of making 5 separate videos, I thought I might just do one. If I can actually get this deck to... Oh, what I've realized as well is they've done away with the spin down. They used to have the live spin down counter that no one ever used. Did anyone use it? Did you use it? I didn't. Anyway, they've gotten rid of that. I realized I'm out of focus as well. So, okay, let's move on to Mardu Surge. At this rate, I'm going to do it, be the Raging Storm. Maybe a half an hour video. That was already 10 minutes. There'll be 1 hour video, actually, so I got to speed up. So, here we go. Mardu Surge, how to play the game. And the deck, how to play the deck. Another commander, collect the booster pack, which is falling over. And the deck itself, chuck that to the side. Alright, let's get straight into it. This one is, what is this? Mardu Surge. It is, put it in the background. I'll read this while opening. So it's quicker. It says, use the Mardu battle-tested tactics to get underneath your opponents before know it. Double tokens, attack, attack, attack. Oh, that's my own take on it. The front says, make attacker tokens, sacrifice them for value. Alright, so let's see what this deck does. We start with our headliner, Zurgo. Stormrender. Mardu colors, mobilize 1. Mobilize is a new keyword here when... no, it's not. Maybe it is? I can't remember. When this creature attacks, create a tap and attacking 1/1 red creature token, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. I think it's new. Whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card value. And if it was attacking, otherwise each opponent loses 1 life. So you want to get mobilized stuff, and when they die, you draw a card with this guy. Here is a dragon, nice, Lucas Graziano. 5 mana, it's a 4/4 flying death touch. When it enters, create 2 1/1 Goblin tokens. When it attacks, exile a number of cards from the top of the library equal number of differently named tokens you control. During any turn you attack with a commander, you may play these cards. Now, of course, it's got Boros colors within it. Boros always good for token. So I'll go through. This is nice. Inox Strike Leader is cute. It's, oh, this is a weird looking dog though. It says Dog Warrior. Maybe it's a warrior and a dog. Dog Warrior. It's a 2/2 for 1 and a white. Whenever you attack with this creature and or your commander, for each opponent, note that, create a 1/1 red goblin creature tokens that's tapped and attacking that player. So if you got 5 players in a pod you're attacking, you make 4 tokens. Very strong. And the secondary ability is extra juice and jam on top. Sack this creature tokens you control gain indestructible end of turn. Really great. A must-have in Boros commander token go white decks. Ironwill Forger, Orc Artificer, 3 and a white 3/3 lieutenant at the beginning of your combat in your turn. If you control your commander, target non-legendary creature you control gains Myriad until end of turn. Expense Myriad when it attacks for each opponent other than defending player. You may create a token that's copied as tapped and attacking that player, planeswalker they control. So, yep, value. Will of the Mardu. So this one is modal. Like the rest, they each have 1. If you control your commander, as you cast a spell, you can choose both modes. Create 1/1 red warrior tokens equal number of creature target player controls, and it deals damage and or to target creature equal the number of creatures control. Too bad it's creature only, not players, so you can't finish it. Bone Devourer, a dragon finally in a dragon set, 4 mana 2/2 flash flying, and the ETBs with +1/+1 counter on it equal the number of creatures that died this turn. When this creature dies, you draw X cards and you lose X life when X the number +1/+1. So good. So after a board wipe, if you've got 4 mana up in a board wipe, but I don't think you'll be holding up mana in a aggro deck, but who knows. Within range, 4 mana, when this enchantment enters, create 2 1/1 tokens. When you attack, each opponent loses life equal the number of creatures attacking them. 4 mana seems a lot. Gold Lust Triad, it's a 5 mana 3-headed dragon, looks more like a Hydra. Flying with Myriad, when this creature deals damage to a player, create a treasure token. That's great. You hit 3 players, you get 3 treasure tokens. That's pretty strong. Infantry Shield, 3 mana artifact. It's equipped to. The creature has menace and mobilize X, where X is his power. So really strong in the mobilized theme. Redouble Storm Singer, 3 mana, or wizard, first strike, getting 3/3 for 3 mana. It's pretty strong. Whenever this creature attacks, for each creature token you control that ET entered this turn, create a tapped and attacking token as a copy of that token. Wow. At the beginning of your next step, sacrifice those tokens. How many token words can you jam in in the card. Apparently many. Okay, we're on to reprints, Airline, Angel Invention, Commander's Insignia. I don't remember this one, but yeah, nice. These are all Divine Visitation, Emeria Angel. It's got Landfall. This one makes tokens. This looks like it's from Capenna. Hero Blade Hole, when it attacks, makes tokens. Loving all of this. You need Brimas as well, so you can make cat warrior tokens. Our Reckoning, Legion Loyalty. As you can see, it's got a lot of battle theme, lots of knights. This one to protect your creatures, Selfless Spirit. Sun Titan to return stuff for value. Tocasia's Welcome, value as well. Twilight Drover, I think this is new art. Could be wrong. Value when tokens die. Chittering Witch. Lots of as you can see, they're getting better at making commander decks with that synergizes lots. This is a board wipe-ish. Yix, this was going up in price. Glad they reprinted that. Mindblade Render, this is nice because they're making lots of warriors. This used to be played in Nagila. Anyway, Ophio Mensa makes snake tokens. Nice reprint. Yenny. Grenzo Goat stuff, also nice reprint. Legion Warboss makes tokens. Siege Gang Commander makes tokens. Tempt Avengers also makes elemental tokens. Lots of different types of tokens. Kaya, just value. Blade of Self has just things Myriad, nice reprint. Idol of Oblivion, Battlesphere makes tokens. This guy, value, set robot. And then we come into our lands, our rare lands. We've got all the familiar stuff. Ardenvale makes tokens. Embreath pumps your tokens and your creatures. Hey, Julian, nice card. And then some of the rare lands. Filter lands, these are nice reprints as well. Isolated Chapels, check lands. More lands, check lands. And then temples. This is just makes your creature have Death Touch, Lifelink, value. And then we come into the non-rares. We've got a bunch of different cards here. Shadow Summoning. Lightning Greaves, always welcome to have more. Scalp Clamp, this is new art. This is cute. Mardu Blacksmith can distill technology in any clan, blah, blah, blah. Wow, that's cute. Arcane Signet, we know new art there. We saw it earlier. Command Tower. Gold Knight Commander. Lingering Souls. Wow, classic. Love that card. Release the Dogs. Make dog tokens. So I've seen sorts. This one drains life. Human makes human social tokens. Bitter Triumph, removal, value, now banned in Pauper. Value, destroy. Yep, and then makes tokens. Top this. Wow, they make so many kinds of tokens. And then land here. We've got a couple of different other things in this here. I think you want to add that sort of one-arm soldier into this one from the main set because you can sack a token, draw a card. Got ramp as well. The ramp package, because there's no green, is mostly mana rocks, so talismans, fellow stones, and then utility lands. Yep, the basics and your tokens. Nothing terribly special. These are cute. Good doggo. All right, done. Speed up. That was 8 minutes instead of 10. I'll move on to Jeskai. I like Jeskai. One of my favorite color pairs. Wedges, shards, whatever you want to call it. Lead the way with Jeskai. Let's go. 3 packs there. She says, cast extra spells. Flurry spell effects. I guess so. All right. We've got Narset, I think probably Jeskai Commander. Shiko and Narset, a commanding door, double your spells, keep the cards flowing, you juice up your spell, sling and battle plan, focus on opponents and their permanents. Ooh, I want to deal stuff to the permanents. And then let's see what we got. All right, we've got the face commander. It's not just Narset, it comes with Shiko, a dragon, so 1 and Jeskai colors, flying vigilance. I guess she's sitting on Shiko. Flurry, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy that spell. If it targets a permanent or player, you may choose new targets for copy. If you don't copy a spell this way, draw a card. So that's nice way to ramp up as well, to get card draw. Secondary commander is Elsha, 3-fold master, just straight up Jeskai colors, trample. Prowess, whenever Elsha deals damage to a player, create that many 1/1 monk creature tokens with prowess. She's only 1/1 though, but you just really want to trigger prowess and make lots of dudes, but you're not really going wide in this. Let's look at the new cards. 3 mana enchantment. It's got Flurry again. When you cast a second spell each time, put a rally count on this enchantment, then create a 1/1 white monk creature token prowess for each rally count on it. These monk tokens can get out of hand. We've seen that in one of the cards in the original Tarkir block, Monastery Mentor. This is a nice card. It's enchantment that has Storm, so you only cast spells and the payoff is 4 mana, and you make lots of copies on this and you bolt this on to adding tons of creatures, and your creatures just become big because, you know, each one gets +1/+1 for each enchantment. But I don't know how many enchantments are. Well, if you can cast 5 spells, it's already 5 plus however many copies, 5 plus this one. Adaptive Training Post. This is 3 mana. Whenever you cast instant and sorcery, if you fewer than 3 charge counters, put charge counter, remove 3 charge counters. When you cast the next instant or sorcery spell, this time copy it, and you may choose new targets for that copy. Another copy variant. This time it's not just one off. You can keep on going. Transcendent Dragon, 6 mana, 4/3 flash. When this enters, if it cast it, counter target spell. So 6 mana counter spell. Wow. Expensive, but the spell is countered, so we exile it instead of putting it in the graveyard, then you may cast it. So a nice gotcha without paying its mana cost. Voracious Bibliophile. This is cool. It wants to eat, I guess this snake likes books. Snakes in a library. 4 mana, 3/3 Flying Visions. Whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards. I haven't seen spells that target opponents yet. Caldera Primal, 5 mana, 3/3. They're pretty weak for the casting cost, but I guess the secondary ability makes up for it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, then it deals damage equal to its target opponent. Too bad it's not all opponents. Transforming Flourish. I hope there's treasure in here. Demonstrate. When you cast a spell, you may copy it. If you do choose an opponent to also copy it, players may choose new target. So this destroys target artifact or creature you don't control. That permanent is destroyed this way. It's like control exiles cards from the top of the library, and they exile non-land card, then they may cast it without paying for its mana cost. So a typical red type chaotic spell. This is cool art. Looks like something out of a martial arts cartoon. Jessica Fang. 4 mana. Choose one. This is in each of the decks. This is a new card that specific to this one of each color. So you can choose one or both if you got your commander. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. So crazy. It's kind of like a not quite Wheel of Fortune, but pretty mini. Less than mini. Each instant or sorcery gains flashback. Flashback costs equal to mana stun. So wow, it's strong. It's like Past in Flames, but it's got draw cards as well. Vanquish the Horde. So that's all new cards. These are reprints. This got new art. Vanquish the Horde. Board Wipe. Narcissus Reversal. New art. I'm really loving this new art over the previous one from War of the Spark. Dismantling Wave. So you're just trying to mess with your opponent and do stuff to them, destroy their stuff. Monastery Mentor, nice reprint. Mythic OG art. Ancestral Vision, draw cards. Make, draw cards. Baral Expertise, draw cards. No, not really draw. What does it do actually? I forgot what it does. Let me see. Yep, you free spells, sorry, and bounce stuff. Curse of the Swine. Targeting your opponent's stuff. Horigin is a big fat beater. Lear is really good. Each instant and sorcery in your graveyard is flashback. Flashback equals mana cost. Very, very playable. Right application, copy stuff. Love the art in this one. Sublime Epiphany, modal spell. This will combo. Reiterate buyback if you can make lots of mana. And with burn spells that give you buyback. Yeah, Electro Dominance, and that's another one that deals damage. Okay, we've got Dragons, Mana Form, Hellkite, Baral, and Kari Zev. We saw them earlier. They're back, I think. I can't remember. This is a combo piece. In some ways, you can choose a copy new spell, so with dual caster mage type effect. Magma Opus, Prismari Command, Moldal Spells, Time Wipe, Board Wipe. This dragon is cool. Elder Dragon, cast spells. Veyran, this is nice. This is a great reprint. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, it gets +1/+1. If you casting a copy an instant sorcery causes a triggered ability to triggers a second time. So this card was creeping in price. Very, very playable. Whirlwind of Thought. Whenever you cast non-triggered spell, draw a card, and then you've got your lands, filter lands. I'm glad it's brought the price down. Usual stuff. Nothing too special here. Lots of temples, very slow. And then you got new art. Young Pyromancer's got a dog, a fiery dog. That's cute. Anyway, Young P, Goblin Electromancer, all the staples in Izzet spell slinging decks. Command Tower, Ghostly Prison, nice reprint, stops people from attacking you. Swords to deal with shit. Draw cards, dig deep, draw cards, dig deep, draw cards. Removal, draw cards. No Brainstorm in this one though. Think twice, draw a card with Flashback. Destroy Artifact. Yeah, Big Score is a nice reprint. This is a nice reprint as well. This was a pre-treasure token. A gold token is really a treasure token. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, create a gold token. Each opponent attacking player does the same. Yeah, that one loots. You know what it does. Gutter Snipe deals damage for spells. This is a nice one. You can generate tons of mana from this one. Shiny Impetus, also a reprint. Goat stuff makes treasure tokens. This one is always good. Net mana positive for your cantrips. If you got discounts, you might even go net positive. Yep, Triland with new art. This is a nice band in Legacy. This is like another Young Pyromancer, except it's Izzet. Your ramp package, your signets. Wow, this has got actually 5 ramp pieces of rocks plus the Arcane Signet Soul Ring. And then you've got, I'm glad they're making this staples now because they put so many basics in these commander decks that those are nice. All right, that's the Jeskai deck done. How am I going for time? Wow, my neck hurts. Let's go Temur. Let's go Abzan. Abzan says show the true spirit of the Abzan. What is the true spirit of the Abzan? If someone knows, you can tell me. Okay, Abzan armor. It says play defenders, turn toughness into power. Okay, I mean we've seen spell slinging decks. They're dime a dozen. It's nice to see a different way to play commander. In this case, you're playing defenders, which as if you know, defenders cannot attack. So anyway, let's see how this works. Turn toughness into power. We've seen that effect before. You're basically flipping, attacking with your defenders tend to have fat butts, right? And if you turn them into power, they can attack. So let me just start with the top. Ooh, Twilight Maya, that's nice. We've got Felotar the Steadfast as the face commander, I think. Yeah. Felotar, new character. It's Abzan warrior. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have a defender. Alright, that's how you get big defenses and you can attack with Felotar. So, guys, if this comes, kill Felotar. 3, sacrifice another creature. Draw cards equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness and discard cards equal to his power. So you could draw, if you sack this, it says sacrifice another creature. If you have a 0/5 creature, you draw 5, discard 0. That's freaking powerful. Anyway, nice. We've got Beta, Ancestor's Voice, nice. Luis Lacido, art, Flying Lifelink, 5 mana, 5/3/5 Dragon. Beginning of your end step, put number +1/+1 counters on up to 1 other target creature you control equal to the amount of life. So there's a life gain thing. Sub-theme, return up to 1 target creature with mana value less than equal to the amount of life you lost this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, new cards, Protector of the Waste, 6 mana, 5/5 flying. When this creature enters or becomes a monstrous and exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments controlled by different players. Wow, really powerful. And monstrosity is paid to grow it. We've got Reunion of the House, 7 mana. Return any number of target creatures with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and exile this. So it's mass reanimate in white. Jaws a defeat. Oh my god, this art is crazy. Look at this guy. Love this art. This guy is trying to like come out of the mouth of a dragon. Or maybe his lunch. 4 mana, whenever a creature you control enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between the creature's power and its toughness. So, pretty good. Tip the Scales, art by Vulcan Bagger. 3 mana, sorcery, sack a creature. When you do, all creatures get -X this turn, where X is a sacrifice creature's toughness. Will of the Abzan. Look at this. This is an Avengers type card with lots of people fighting models. You control your commander, you can cast both, if not choose one. Sorcery. Any number of target opponents each sacrifice a creature of the greatest power among creatures that player controls and lose 3 life. Return target creature card from your graveyard battlefield. Really good. Arbor Adherent, 4 mana, 2/4 mana dog. Or you can tap to add mana from one color where X is the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Finally, we see a dragon in a dragon set. Another one. 7 mana, 7/7. Flying Ward 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a number of +1/+1 counters in each other creature you control equal to that creature's toughness. So grow your creatures big. 4 mana, 3/4 Elephant Advisor. Whenever this enters or attacks, makes a wall. 1/3 creature wall token defender. When a creature you control with defender dies, search your library for basic card, basically a ramp. Tree of Redemption. This is a nice card. Art by Chris Run. Sold recently. 7.8k, I think, on the art market, USD. Defender 0/13. Exchange your life total with this creature's toughness. Imagine sacking this, draw 13, discard 0. Make sure you got that Reliquary Tara. This Ikra Shidiki, the Usurper 3/7 menace. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you gain life equal to a player's toughness. It can partner. So I guess there might be another partner commander. Balden. Look at Balden. He's sitting on this a moose, a bison. He looks happy. Zoltan Boris. During your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to toughness, run, and power. So you don't need your commander to do that as long as you have this guy by 6 mana. When it attacks up to 100 target creatures, each get +X/+O until end of turn with X the number of cards in your hand. Draw cards, make your herd big. Alright, Expelled Interlopers. We're coming into reprints. This is new art, so I won't go through. Board wipe, Indomitable Ancients. It's a rare 2/10. 2/10 Rocks Faith Mender. You'll see lots of guys with big butts as well with lifelink. 3/4 we know Shalai. Wakestone Gargoyle is a defender with flying, and then you can turn things and attack it so they don't have defender. We've got Walls with gain you life. Vampires. We've got stuff that gums you up. I guess that's the theme. You got Arrester. You got Assault Formation. This is a nice one. It gives you the commander's ability there to deal damage with toughness, run, and power. Hornet Nest Defender, Seedborn Muse, nice and untapped shit. Mana Dog Defender, Giant, Anguish Unmaking is unconditional removal. You lose life. Dragon Lord's Dromoka, this is also very nice. Dragon card. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, so grant Abolisher type effect. Fabro, all the nice reprint. Shadrick Silverquill from Strixhaven. Sita Kodor, whatever his name is, I can't pronounce. I'm tired. Staff of Completion. This is a new card. Fairly new from March Machines. It's like $8 or something. Nice reprint in here. Weathered Sentinels, Defender with lots of other keywords that becomes indestructible. You've got your rare lands, which you know the drill. Most of these are pretty standard, including the temples. It's nice that they're putting these filter lands. Twilight Maya was creeping up in price, I think, so it's good to see this one here as well. You got your new art, Signet, Soul Ring, and Commander. This guy has got a zillion keywords in any Commander deck that's white. Wizard, stop printing that mother. Beep. Anyway, Nyx Fleece, Ram gains life. Removal. Your Wall of Omens, classic value wall. Draws you a card when ETBs. Defender that makes tokens behind the scenes. Creatures have Skulk. That's really good. Bright Piles, Defender. Feed the Swarm, removal. Defender, ramp when it dies. What else? Explain Guardians got Defender that rams. Defender that draws you a card. They should have put in the green Wall of Blossoms as well, just to draw cards. And then you got Evolving Walls, Jetty, or maybe there is a Wall of Blossoms, I'm hoping. Defender, and then Sandstep Citadel, Instant. There we go, Wall of Blossoms, perfect. Wall of Roots, D-Spark, removal. This guy apparently was worth a few bucks. Nice, love the art on that one. Crushing Drawbridge, you can give your creatures haste, nice one. And then you got Ramp 1, 2, and then only 2 rocks. That's not enough, surely. Got Swiftfoot Boots, and then you got Unmixed stuff, Unblockable, and then your lands. I would start with upgrading your Mana Rock package. Got Abzan colors, but only barely any lands. Okay, alright. Thanks for staying with me. 34 minutes into the video. Trespassers will be punished. So says the Temur deck. Let's see what's in this Temur deck. It says ramp mana, summon dragons. I think this will be a popular one. Temur Roar. Okay. Chuck that over to the side. Playing this deck, Temur Clan teaming up with the Dragons of Tarkir to deliver death on swift wings. Keep that aggressive deck. In the early game, You want to keep those aggressive decks in check and ramp until you cast Ureni of the Unwritten to summon a flight of exciting dragons to descend upon your opponents. Use high-powered creatures to power up, become the avalanche. Overwhelm your opponent's draw cards, and oh my god, this one looks like it's a bit dinged in the corner. But anyway, let's see if we've got a deck here that is fun. Let's see. Ureni the Unwritten. For 7 mana, 7/7, Flying Trample. When it enters attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a dragon creature card from among them on the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom. So you want to ramp. I hope there are tons of dragons in this. Let's see. We've got Jeskai Temur Roar. Nice art, Billy Christian. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1. They seem to have this +1/+1 counter theme on this. If that spell's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If the spell's power is 6 or greater, it deals damage equal to Eshka's power to each opponent. Not as strong as the Face Commander. If you ramp and cast a Face Commander, that would be really strong. Alright, new cards. We've got Deceptive Frostkite. It's a blue dragon. So first dragon, you may have creature. It's a copy where this creature enters a copy of a creature you control power 4 or greater, except a dragon. So 1/1 that copies bigger dragons. Got a Hammerhead Tyrant, 6 mana dragon. When you cast this, return up to 1 target non-land permanent opponent controls a mana value less than or equal to the spell's mana value to its opponent's hand. So it's cool. Bounce. Will the Temur. If you got your commander, you can choose both. Create a token that's a copy of a target permanent, except a 4/4 dragon with flying. Or target player draws cards equal to the greatest mana value among permanents you control. So if your commander, it's 7. Parapet Treasure, another dragon. I love it. Finally, Dragonstorm deck with dragons. Whenever one or more dragons you control deal damage to an opponent, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Destroy target artifact an opponent controls. Target creature deals 4 damage to each other opponent. This creature, sorry. Sort of mini board wipe. No. Hit the opponent, not board wipe. Exile the top card of the library. You may play it this turn. God, I'm getting tired. Thundermane Dragon, looking a bit chunky there. 4 mana, 4/4 dragon. You may look at your top card of the library at any time. You may cast creature spells with power 4 or greater from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gains haste till end of turn. Very nice. Zenith Festival X red exile X top cards. You may play them until end of the next turn. Harmonize, I mentioned it a few times. You can cast this from your graveyard for Harmonize cost. You can tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by an amount of generic mana equal to its power. Then exile. Note, it only reduces generic mana, not colored mana. Become the Avalanche. They mentioned this is one of the finishers. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Then creatures you control get +X on the end of turn with X number of cards in your hand. Too bad it doesn't have trample. You can't really need trample to get through sometimes a board stall. Got another dragon, 6/7 mana, 5/7. Whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to play, you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to damage from your hand on the battlefield. Really nice effect. Kiga, the Tide Star, 6 mana dragon. Wow, people love casting dragons and big fat dragons and ramping. Love this shit. When Kiga dies, gain control of target creature. So this is Temur, so you probably have tons of ramp. Alright, so we're on to reprints now. Reflections, we know what Sushi. B-Act, new art. This is a board wipe, removal, Dragon Master Outcast, create dragons. Garrick, it's a dragon itself. Love the theme. You can't attack until you control 4 more artifacts. It's kind of like Smaug, right? Glorybringer, Hellkite Courser, Lethless. Wow, every card is a dragon. I'm loving this. This must be one of the more popular decks, I would imagine, based on what's in it. Leyline Tyrant, Nesting Dragon. Nogi Draco Zealot. He's a Kobold Shaman, but he makes dragon spells cost less. And then when it attacks, if you control 3 or more dragons, it becomes himself a dragon. Nice one. Opportunistic Dragon. Scourge of the Throne, also a dragon. A dethroned Skargan Hellkite Dragon. Spit Flame, it deals 4 damage to target creature. Whenever dragon you control enters, you may pay 1. If you do, you return this. So it's nice to get stuff back. Storm Breath is a sort of pseudo board. Right? Storm Breath Dragon, funny story. Back when Standard, I was dumb enough when I first came back into Magic to trade off a polluted Delta for this. Oh well, lesson learned the hard way. Tormola Grows. When an opponent casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Turtle Hellkite Dragon, Thunderbreak Region Dragon, Vengeful Ancestor, not just a dragon, but a spirit dragon that goes. Verix Bladewing, not an Elder Dragon, but an Elder Dragon. This one is a reprint from the previous Khans block. 4 mana, choose Khans or Dragons. If you choose Dragons, whenever a creature you control flying enters, you can have fight. It's a pretty good card. Savala Stampede. Ataka, well rendered as a myth, a rare from Dragon's Tarkir. This was a prize card back in the day. It does damage amongst creatures. Harbinger, the Hunt Dragon. Sarkhan, Soul of Flame. He becomes a copy of a dragon that comes in. Really powerful as well. Temur Ascendancy gives everything haste, your creatures, and let's draw cards. Good. Dragon's Horde, nice artifact that lets you draw cards when dragons come in because of the counter, and ramps. Steel Hellkite. And then no more dragons here. We've got this nice filter land. Haven of Spirit Dragon, great reprint. Dragon Gold land. And then you've got your usual. Because it gives people gifts overrun, so as a finisher, value. And then you've got rare lands. Oh, love this art, Jesper. Dragon Tempest is nice. This was creeping up in price. I'm glad they reprinted it. Should have sold mine. One and I read when it whenever creature you control with flying enters against haste. So your hasty big fat dragons. Whenever dragon you control enters, it deals X damage to any target with X number of dragons. This is perfect. This dragon deck is amazing. But Breaching Dragonstorm, you want to put in Draco Genesis or whatever it is. Temple of the Dragon Queen, much needed reprint. You can reveal a dragon card. This land enters untapped if you show a dragon card, and it becomes essentially a City of Brass that doesn't do you damage. Mana Rocks reprint, and then we got less non-rare dragons. This is a new mechanic Omen. Basically, you cast for Omen, it shuffles into your deck, and then you can draw it again later, or you can cast it for its creature side. Crouching Dragonstorm, this is from the main set. Draconic Lore, I think this is new art. Costs 2 less if you control a dragon. Removal, rapid hybridization removal. This is a discounter for dragons. Another cheaper dragon, 5 mana. More dragons, Whirlwind, Stormbrood, and then removal, Beast Within, Elemental Bond. This is nice. 3 mana. Draw cards. Ramp 1, not ramp, land. Okay, 2 ramp. Migration Path 3, ramp, and then 1, 2, 3 rocks. 3 rocks. We could do more ramp actually. And then you've got your tokens. Alright, wow, this was epic. 42 minutes of going through almost every card in the 5 Commander decks. Thank you for those of you who made it to the end or actually got sick of my voice. And zoom straight to the end. Let's open these collector booster packs to see what we get. Hopefully good shit. Typically there's 1 rare. If you're lucky you might get 2. I'll open that and we'll see. There's more where that came from. Yep, get us to buy more stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Tell me how else and what else you want me to open. In this set I've got 1 more collector booster and I've got 5 pre-release kits over there. Let's get on to the main. Oh, Mythic. No shit. Mox Jesper. Oh my god. I didn't open one, but yeah, this is sweet. This is great. This is ironic. It can go straight in the dragon deck. And the second card is Encroaching Dragonstorm in foil. Nice. Mox Jesper. That's my first Mox Jesper. That is cool. That is cool. In the dragon frame. Basically, it's a Mox that says add 1 of any mana of any color. Activate only if you control a dragon. So, really, really cool. Obviously conditional, but strong in its own right. Alright, let's see what we got. Did we get a foil rare of some sort? Ambling Stormshell is foil, but I really don't like this treatment, but got so much of it. Second rare? No, it's a Storm Shriek Feral. Alright, nice one. We got a rare. At least it was a foil. Let's keep going. As you can tell, if you're super lucky, you might get 2 foil, rare, or mythics. If not, you tend to get 1 rare and 1 showcase frame of some sort. Okay, let's go. It's a mythic. Foil mythic extended Elspeth. Hits have been good. I think this is a $50 card. Legendary Elspeth. If one or more tokens you created and you control twice that many tokens, so this fits right into that Boros deck that you saw earlier. Crazy. And then you can create tokens and put a +1 counter on each creature you control, gains flying, and you can destroy stuff. Second rare? Nope. Stormstreak Feral again. Alright, we've got 2 more. This has been pretty good so far. We've got Elspeth and foil. That'll be nice. Maybe Ugin next in some sort of foil. I wonder if you can get Halo Ghost foils in this one. I don't think you can get special guests in this one. Even though it's technically a collector booster. You never know. It's more where that came from. Yes, indeed. We've got a rare. We've got Voice of Victory. This is a nice card as well. Your opponents can't cast spells. It's Grand Abolisher type effect. Worth a few bucks. No second rare. We've got Durga Island Dragon. So far, my cards in this have been crazy. The foil Elspeth and the Voice of Victory and Mox Jasper. That's crazy. Nice. Alright. Let's keep going. Last one. Lucky last. Ugin, maybe? Or Mistrise Village. I need a Mistrise Village. It's a rare. Foil. Not Mistrise. It's Kishla Village in Extended Art Foil. And no secondary Purging. Storm Brood. Alright, thanks for making it all the way to the end of my Commander deck opening. I really appreciate you watching my content. Good luck with your pack openings and pre-release this weekend. I will talk to you guys soon. I'm so happy about these collector booster packs. Not usually that good with these, but yeah. Talk soon. Take care. See you. Bye.